best, but if you think about how many problems we've had with these desktops, like, you know what problem you're going to have with a laptop? The battery died. That's the problem you're going to have with a laptop.
You know,
that's a pretty easy fix.
You know when you say, don't bring your computer up to me, should I just, like, drag the screen up to it?
Yeah. No. You bring your Chromebook up to you put the stream on the desktop and you do the on shape on your Chromebook.
What? My Chromebook's dead. I can't do it on my
Well,
Chromebook.
that's a different issue.
I can't do it on my Chromebook.
You can't do it on your computer? You bring your own computer to school every day. I've seen you with it.
Yeah, but it's a USB-C, not a USB.
What does that have to do with opening up the internet?
The mouse.
Bro, get your own mouse that's wireless. There's Bluetooth mice out there.
There are?
Yes!
Wait, there are?
Oh my dude. Nathan! Oh my god.
Wireless mouse?
Bluetooth mice. They don't need any USB dongle.
I actually never used it.
Wait, there's ones without the chip?
There are mice that are Bluetooth and you don't have to have any USB dongle plugged into your computer.
I thought they were just wired to wire.
Yeah, but you know how much input delay that is? Wait, do you know how much delay that is?
It's not relevant for this.
We're not playing Fortnite.
Dude, yeah, if you're worried about the latency of your mouse to do freaking on shape, bro, dude, I guarantee you some of y'all's brain cells are not clapping fast enough to see that latency.
I'm on 20 ping, I'm lagging.
Oh my gosh, 20 ping while catting! Ah! What am I gonna do?
Yeah, I tried to grind it out to the one.
Okay, you should have a wheel.
Can I fill my water?
No,
Why?
because I said no.
There's a water thing in
Skill issue. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this cutout get multiplied. So, the nice thing about being efficient with your CAD software is you typically do not have to do a lot of tedious stuff. The computer will do it for you. So we made one of these. I have 6 of these. I don't know how many you have, but it's trivial to change the number. I have 6. So what I'm going to do to replicate this is I'm going to click right here. There is a button right here, okay? It is called the linear pattern button. It has 3 gray squares and a white square. It also is one of the few features that has a drop-down arrow. And if you click on the drop-down arrow, you should see circular pattern and curve pattern as other choices. We're going to choose circular pattern. What are we choosing?
Circular pattern.
So I choose circular pattern. Okay? And I wish they did not have this by default. But unfortunately, the default setting is part pattern. Okay? This is a part. The whole thing's a part. All these little things like the revolve and extrusion are actually features. You need to click on part pattern and choose feature pattern. What are we choosing?
Feature pattern.
If you don't choose feature pattern, you're not going to be able to select anything. And then it should have a blue box around features to pattern. Now, because it's a hole, you can't like choose a hole because there's nothing to click on.
What?
You can't like click on the hole because there's nothing there. But you can click on your extrude over here on the left. One click and it should have your hole selected. And then the axis of pattern, all right, should be in a red box. You can click on that. Axis of pattern should now be blue. And you actually can click a circle. So like I'm just going to click on the outer edge. And it should pattern it. Now, one thing I found last class, I really don't know what this does, but apparently you need to check this apply per instance thing. I don't know why, but you do.
Whoa.
Okay? And then you just type in the number here. So I want 6 of them. Easy. Easy. And that's your circular pattern.
Well, shit.
All in a day's work.
Shucks.
Yeah, I'm still can't go on
I'm still driving the struggle bus.
Well, that's why we have a stream.
Well,
Is the struggle bus
I haven't even
struggle?
gone to the struggle bus yet.
Hey, where'd my
On
car
red and I
go?
don't know Who?
Because you didn't select apply per instance.
Oh.
Well, I mean that's a thing. I don't really know what that does, but apparently you need to check it.
Did I eat my car?
Also, if that's exactly a 12th, then you're not going to be able to do 12 because, like, if the slice is exactly 30 degrees completely, you can't do 12 of them. Put 10. Like, put 10. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's really what you want, but good enough.
I guess I'm not on the stream.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be rude, but that's why I do the stream. Turn that off. It's annoying. If you don't have headphones, get some.
Gee whiz, you're not funny.
I don't think he's trying to be funny.
Are you streaming it right now?
Yeah, that's what he's
I was just watching the stream. Came out. Yeah, I haven't hopped on the struggle. I mean, I hopped on the struggle bus in the past. However, I haven't even hopped on it yet. What one do I go to?
What?
To do the deal, which one do I go to? Oh, which one?
I don't know what you're asking, man.
He doesn't know which stream to go to.
You go to the one that says
The one that's live, although you can watch the one from today, the most recent one from 5th hour.
I'm trying to watch the one from the other day, so I can get the.
Well, I think today's day 4. I might have misnamed them, to be honest. But I think today's day 4, so yesterday would have been day 3.
Bro, Daniel's spending a fortune on gas for the struggle bus.
It happens. So now, some other things you can do. If you want, you can fillet stuff. So you can click on fillet. And I found a radius somewhere between 1 and 2. Looks kind of nice and close to what you probably see on there. And you can go and fillet things. Like I could fillet all of these if I want. These edges. Okay? You can fillet all those edges. If you want to fillet other things, you could too. Alright? That's just a thing you can fillet. There's other parts of the wheel you'll probably notice are rounded. Somebody took the wrong wheel off this car and stole it.
You know, my car doesn't even.
I think there is. Okay.
Yeah, my car only has 3 of these.
Yeah, I don't think they're not right.
And I'm pretty sure there aren't many 3-wheel cars out there.
Like you're missing a tire?
Yeah.
No, there are plenty of 3-wheel cars.
Where's the tire?
I mean, I just grabbed it out. You have 1, 2.
Well, it's probably on the floor somewhere.
However, the 4th one doesn't have the looping on it.
That's not good.
Yeah.
It's probably on the floor somewhere. Or like at one of these
Yeah, if this is
desktops.
a struggle bus, then I definitely crashed it.
Why'd you turn the lights on?
I don't know if you felt like it.
Okay.
Oh!
Yep, it's time to wake up, Patrick. Class is over.
Oh. What are you looking for?
I think class was
Looking
over.
for a blue tire.
Yeah, class was over 10 minutes ago. We're starting quiz pool. You're in it.
No. No, you don't want him in quiz
What the heck is even that?
Yeah, I know that
Exactly.
Robbie played
Exactly.
one day.
Is that it?
What the widow?
Well, I'll just have to go off on some child tomorrow about losing the tire.
Well, why don't we find it?
I don't know where it is. They might have pocketed it.
That's mine. I found it.
Why would someone
Where
steal
was it?
It's mine.
It was attached to Daniel's car.
Dude.
Well, then where's Daniel's tire?
No,
That
it's
is Daniel's car.
Carson
That was
trying
a
to be
joke.
funny. No, that's not the time.
Okay.
All right, I want to move on.
I don't.
So let's get this done.
Make holes like
That
that.
kind of looks like the room in GTA I have.
Oh wait. How do you make holes?
I'm so funny.
What you need?
So how do you make a hole like on there?
Well, we did this last time, so you can watch on the stream.
Okay.
but the basic strat is to make guidelines like that.
Okay.
Like, you can see what I drew. So I drew 2 lines that go from the center out
Yeah.
as guides, and then I drew 2 lines that were parallel to those. We used a parallel constraint.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, we're going to move on if we can. I would like to move on.
Will this be like a graded assignment?
Yeah, it's like 30% of your whole semester grade.
30.
30.
Maybe even 35, I don't know, it depends. Okay, moving on.
Fail.
So, if you're done with the wheel, which you should be, okay, we're going to make the windshield next. So, the windshield, you're going to be kind of having to exhibit a little bit of, I guess you might call, what do they call it? Artistic discretion? I don't know. But we're going to make a windshield. I am not going to be too picky about the exact shape or dimensions. We're going to just focus on learning some techniques here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this the windshield. Okay, I'm going to make a new part, and I want you to get to here. You don't even need to make a sketch. I just need you to get into your new part. You can go do the wheel later. Okay, if you want to finish the wheel later, you can finish it later. But let's all get on the windshield so we're all on the same point. I don't want you to get further behind, struggle busting with the wheel while I'm talking about the next part. Okay, so windshield, get to this point. You got 30 seconds, and then we're moving on.
Yeah, you may want to see a mechanic about it. It'll change your stroke.
Hey, Tim. Yeah, I think I want to edit my numbers. Maybe rotate them, size them a bit, maybe make different fonts for each number.
No. Okay, we are going to sketch on the plane that is the top plane. Which plane are we sketching on?
The bottom thing.
Turn the sound off, dude. Sketch on the top plane. Okay, we good? Yeah?
Yeah.
I lied. Get out of that. That's not what I meant to do. Sorry. We're going to sketch on the right plane. Which plane? Right. Sorry about that.
Can't go wrong.
The right plane. Not the front. I know that most of the time we sketch on the front. Not the front. We're actually going to do on the right plane. Okay? So right. Okay? And then we're going to actually look at it like this. Now, I want you to look at your windshield. All of your windshields have a bottom that's straight. Okay? So I want you to start off by drawing a straight line like that. And that line is like I guess you can think of it as sort of like the length of your windshield. So like that distance. Now, if you're measuring in millimeters like me, what do you need to change? Yeah, you gotta change your workspace units. So go change your workspace units. You should know how to do that already. Change your workspace units. I'm gonna make this the width of my, I guess the length. I don't really know. I don't want to get too caught up in semantics, but I don't know. I don't know what you're asking. Well, I think you can figure that one out yourself. So I got the overall length of my windshield. Okay? It's like the long ways. Okay? Yes. What?
Mine's a little bit longer than the maximum that this goes.
Well, you can get a ruler and ballpark it, or you can just make up a number.
Too much longer.
You can just estimate it. For real, you can just estimate it. It's not actually really important. Now, you need to be creative with how you draw the rest of it. I'm going to give you some ideas. I don't care what you do or pick, as long as it starts at one end and ends at the other end. Don't make it look crazy. So here are some things you can do. One thing you can do is you can go right here, next to the circle, are the arcs. And you can choose a 3-point arc. And the 3-point arc, the way it works is, you place one end of the arc, you place the other end of the arc, and then the third point kind of controls the arciness of the arc. That's one thing that you can do. That's one thing that you could do. And then if I wanted to do an arc back here, I can click here. I can click here. And then I can control how archy it is. And you can move things around, change it up how you see fit. Well, what are you going to dimension?
From the middle of the arc to the line.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what you're going to dimension. That is an option to use arcs. Okay? May or may not work out. Here's another option. Next to the polygon thing is called spline. You can click on that. And every point you click, if you've ever drawn like curves in MS Paint or like Google Drawings, you just keep clicking and you kind of give it whatever curve shape you want. The end point, the last point, I think you get the double click. That's an option. Not putting it on a pedestal, but you can do splines as well. Alright? Get a nice, beautiful profile. Okay? Get a nice, beautiful profile. I am going to do a series of arcs. I'm actually going to do a straight line like that. And then I'm going to do 2 arcs. I'm going to do a 3-point arc. Like that. And a 3-point arc. Like that. And pro tip. What? Okay. Pro tip. If you choose the tangent constraint, which constraint? You can make 2 things smoothly transition into each other. Like I can make this circle tangent with this one and see how it's smooth. And then I can choose this straight edge and this circle and see how I made it perfectly smooth. That's with a tangent constraint. It flows perfectly into it. No cuts or crevices or anything like that. Okay? And then I can kind of control how I want it dimensioned. If you want to measure like the overall height, you can do that. Easier said than done, but that's an option. we have a windshield made?
See.
All right. Well, once you got a sketch made, all right, you can extrude it. How wide is your windshield? Get your calipers, get your width. Get your calipers, get your width. That don't seem right. Yes, it is. So I got my windshield. We good so far?
Yeah.
I can't get a dimension for a height. I can't figure out how to.
Yeah.
Can't figure out how to get like it to do that.
Well, the easiest thing to do would be if that's not your highest point. Like technically for me, that's not the highest point. I just kind of ballparked it just to get something right. You can draw a line through a point. Okay, so I'm going to place a point there, and I'm going to draw a line to that point. And then if I make this point, if I make this line horizontal, and I make this line tangent, it'll be guaranteed to be, what the world? It'll be guaranteed to be like along the top. Although I guess this point was not coincident with the curve. There we go. That's a way to do it.
Okay, thank you.
I think mine didn't work because that point was already there, and I think that actually might be the highest point.
I got one here.
Does that help? It's a cheat.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to use a fillet. And, you know, you're going to have to ballpark the size of the fillet. Okay. I'm thinking probably around 10. All right, I'm just going to go with 10. But you're going to fillet.
What one's the fillet again?
It's up here, man. It's the one's curved edges. You're just going to round those edges. Most of the cars has some type of fillet. The windshield's rounded. Right? Yeah? Yeah? Most of the windshields are rounded along the edges. So you just use a fillet, and that rounds it all. Looks nice and beautiful. We're good? Maybe? Possibly?
Maybe.
Alright. I don't know what you did because I was doing the other thing.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know how, like what you did with the fillet.
You clicked on the fillet button. Have you done this before? And you just go click what edges you want to fillet. I would put it in angle so you can see what you're doing.
So,
Yeah. And then you click on the other side. No, don't do the bottom. Don't fill the bottom. You have to click on the X over there, line item thing. Yeah, you're just doing those two edges.
okay, thanks.
You good?
Yeah.
All right. This is probably the coolest feature you're going to see in this software.
Oh, shoot.
I mean, I don't know if it's actually the coolest thing, but people seem to like it. All right.
Not cool.
We're going to click on the shell feature. It's right there. I'm pinging it. I don't really know how to best describe that shape, but that is the shell feature. Okay? That is what you're picking, huh? Yeah. What feature are we selecting? Shell. And your shell thickness. How thick is the plastic?
About 1.7.
I can believe that. That's plausible. I think for me, I'm getting around that. So I'm going to put 1.7. And it says faces to remove. You just click on the bottom. And it hollows it out. Literally hollows it out. It is kind of wild.
Where shell is that?
Right there.
Okay.
We're not done, but we're getting there.
Yeah, I think my shell forgot to shell.
No, I know what it's for.
Yeah, I know.
Attendance.
We're just gonna be releasing differently today.
I don't know about that, but
Oh, what did you think it's for?
it's a little early. Or maybe it's a little late. I don't know. I think it's a little early. All right. Next thing. I actually realized it might be helpful when you do this extrusion if you actually do a symmetric extrusion. I realize that. Probably be helpful if that extrusion, that first extrusion, is symmetric. You'll see on this next part. All right, next thing I want you to do is I want you to make a sketch on this plane. And we're going to sketch like on this bottom plane. We're going to sketch on this bottom plane. So it's technically the plane called top, but I'm looking at it from the bottom. All right, I sketched on the plane that's called top, but I'm looking at the bottom orientation. And what I want you to do, you don't need to dimension this. Just get a shape that represents this part. Just get a shape that represents that part. I am going to dimension mine, but don't feel like you have to.
Optional work's the best kind of work.
Exactly.
Because then you don't do it. And for some of it.
Yeah, I'm just kind of like ballparking dimensions here.
What? No way. Comes in. It was right on the money.
Look at that.
I measured this, and now I went to go enter it, and it's right on the money.
You need to round the corners so you can estimate how big those are. I think mine are about 4.
I forgot how to run the corners.
Sketch fillet.
Oh wait, where are you at? Oh wait, are you on the top? Oh wait.
Just get the shape on there. Don't really worry. That's the kind of shape I have. It's just the shape of this part. Okay? Get it on there.
I almost probably die. I couldn't hurry up.
And I want you to put your cars away. Make sure you pop the batteries from your calipers and put everything away. Yep.
If you